What's good, YouTube? I go by the name Big AG. You all are welcome to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time watching me, kindly do well to smash the like and sub button. Do that for your boy ASAP. Let's go. So today is Sunday. Today is Sunday. What's this day? Today is Sunday, 14th of June 2026. And what I'm going to be doing today is that I'm going to be showing us through all the trades I took this week, right? So all the trades I took this week. So the title I'm going to be giving this video is probably my mistakes, right? Because what I'm going to be showing us today are my mistakes, the kind of mistakes I make this week, right? So this week is not a profitable week and there is lose back to back, but out of that, with all the losses we have in this week, I didn't mean I was serious enough. I wouldn't have end up blowing my account. I wouldn't have end up taking the kind of losses I take, right? Although all the trades I take this week were good trades, all the trades I took this week are all good trades. But what happened is that all the trades that I took this week end up being the trades that hits SL. Yes, all the trades that I took this week end up being the trades that hit SL. Although they are good trades, all the trades are good trades, legit trades. All my analysis are checked, all the requires are checked, candlestick, pips, everything are intact, check. But it happens that they are the one that hit stop loss. But guess what? The bad thing of this week is that all the trades I miss, I missed some trades too, right? Which I'm going to be taking us through, right? I missed some trades one way or the other. Either I got carried away by one or two things, or I'm not on seats. But this way is I missed those trades like four trades to five trades like that this week. But those trades, some are lows too, but most of them are wins. And those trades are good trades. If I was active at the moment, I would have taken those kind of trades, right? But one way or the other, I missed those trades. And I'm saying that one way or the other, some of the trades I was not on seats, some of the trades I was on seats, some of the trades I just got carried away by one or two things, doing some few things, and before I know, 2, 3, 5 minutes analysis I've set, trades is gone. I just come back to the screen, just see that wow, I've missed this kind of trades, but it is what it is. Without wasting much of our time, let's just go through the chart and let me show us what happened this past week, right? Let's go. All right, guys, so this is XAUSD 1 minute time frame. So today is Sunday, like I said, price is not moving today, so this is where the price is currently. So let us quickly go back to Monday. All right, so this is Monday. So let us start from here. As usual, I'm going to mark out my trading time zone, right, which is 8 o'clock a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. So let's quickly do that sharply. 8 to 11, right? 8 to 11. So on Monday, for last week on Monday, so it is what it is. On Monday I did not trade. I'm going to be also sharing the screenshots of this chart with us, right? I'm going to be sharing the screenshot of this chart with us, so to see where I start my trading from and to see the trades I did not take and the trades which I took, right? So it is what it is. Let's go. So this is on Monday. Currently, this is what happened on Monday, and this is my time zone for Monday. Here we have 8 a.m. and right here we have the 11 a.m, right? So this is the only trade I have on Monday, the only active trade. As you can see, throughout this area we have no trades, and also alongside this area price was just moving sideways, and all these double bottoms are not convincing enough. No good candlesticks and no enough measurements, right? It is not up to 5 pips, and again the candlesticks are not valid, right? So for Monday, this is the only trade I get on Monday, but fortunately on Monday I missed this trade. Although it was a losing trade, it's end up in a loss, but the trade was a cool trade. good trade, right? A double bottom, solid double bottom, as you can see here. But it is what it is. I missed this trade one way or the other. I was not on seats on Monday. I missed this trade, right? So this trade was a losing trade. This trade is giving a risk of 3 pips and a reward of 5 pips, which means if I'm using 0.01, I'm going to be risking $3 for $5, right? But it is what it is. This trade ended up in a loss, right? Which means I didn't mean I took this trade, I will have lose a $3. I'll have lose $3 out of my account, right? So that is how it goes. That is how it goes for Monday. So let's move to Tuesday, right? This is what happened on Tuesday. So for Tuesday too, this is my trading time zone, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., right? As you can see, this line right here represents my time zone, right? 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So on Tuesday we have this. This was my first trade on Tuesday. So on Tuesday too, I missed all these trades. So on Tuesday too, I missed all these trades. I did not trade on Tuesday too. This trade was a good trade on Tuesday actually, but it is what it is. I missed this trade based on one or two, which I I myself can't even explain the reason why I missed this trade. Right? Maybe I was on seats or not on seats, but one way or the other, I missed this trade. So this trade is giving a 3.5 pips risk and a 5 pips profit, right? Which means if I'm using my 0.01, I didn't mean I take this trade, I'm going to be risking $3 for $5, right? $3.5 for $5, right? But it is what it is. This trade also end up in stop loss, right? As you can see, the trade goes up and almost hits TP, and come back down to stop loss. You can see the line here, right? So but it is what it is. I didn't mean I was on seats, I would have taken this trade, and even though it end up in a stop loss, it is a good trade, right? It was a good trade, but one way or the other, it ended up in stop loss. But unluckily for me, I missed this trade because I can't even say the reason why I missed it, but I missed the trade. So that is the first trade for Tuesday. And the second trade for Tuesday was this, right? The second trade for that Tuesday was this, which I also missed again. 3 trades in a row. I missed 3 trades in a row, right? So this again on Tuesday, 3.5 pips stop loss and a 5 pips take profit. As you can see, this trade ended up in take profits trade up. But one way or the other, I also missed this trade. Damn, I missed this trade. So, which means Monday and Tuesday, I missed 2 trades. I missed 3 trades in a row. Monday and Tuesday, 3 trades in a row. But this is not all for Monday and Tuesday, right? So I'm still going to check. So throughout this place, there is no valid trade again. So this is the only 2 trades that happened on Tuesday, right? So Monday and Tuesday, I missed 3 trades in a row. One was a take profit, one was a stop loss, right? One was a take profit, two was stop loss. One was take profit, two was stop loss. But it is what it is. I missed those trades. So I didn't mean I took these trades that end up in profit. It should have been a $5 trade, meaning I lose $6 and I am in profit of $5. It makes sense, right? But it is what it is. Let us go straight to Wednesday and see what happened on Wednesday too. So the most painful part of this last week is on Wednesday, which I have 3 trades, and guess what? I missed all these 3 trades, and what happened is that all of these 3 trades are end up in a take profit trades. Imagine, Monday I missed trades, Tuesday I missed trades, Wednesday I missed trades, and Wednesday was 3 trades all in take profit. So let's go to the chart and let me show you guys what happened on Wednesday. Let's go. So right about now, this is Wednesday and this is what happen on Wednesday. Let's go. So as you can all see right here, we have my 8 a.m. and around this area, this second line represents my 11 a.m. So this is my time zone for Wednesday, right? So this trade goes like this. This is the first trade for Wednesday. This one right here is the first trade on Wednesday, but it is what it is. One way or the other, I missed out on this trade too. Damn. So we can see this trade right here. We have a good solid double top, good solid double top. From here, price goes like this, and then we have this, and then we have this, right? So lastly, we have this, right? So, but let us now check the candlestick after confirming that this is a good solid double. This is a good solid double top, right? So the next thing for me now is to confirm the candlesticks, right? So now let us see what happened. Let's see how the candlestick goes. So right here we have this, right, which is telling us that this is a double top, right? Let's see the candlestick. As we can all see the candlestick, good bearish candlestick, full solid bearish candlestick, right? Full solid bearish candlestick, but one way or the other, I missed out on this trade. But it is what it is, part of the lessons. So we're going to go again next week. But today, let's just see what happened on Wednesday, right? So here is the candlestick. This candlestick I marked out is the candlestick I missed on Wednesday. So, and now let us check the measurement. Is it up to 5 pips again? Is it up to 5 pips? Sorry. What's going on? So, as you can see, it is giving us a risk of 3.4 pips and giving us a reward of 5 pips, right? Reward of risk of 3.4 pips and reward of 5 pips, right? But it is what it is. On Wednesday, I missed on this trade. Good trade, solid trade, everything checked, but I missed on this trade. But it is what it is. Assuming I was on seat, I would have taken this kind of trade too. But it is what it is. I missed out on this trade. So I did not take any trade for last week till Thursday. I started taking trades on Thursday, and guess what? On Thursday, I blew on Thursday and Friday, I blew the account. So it is what it is. So let's go. As after this trade, the next trade we have on Wednesday was this right here. As you can see, all this one, the candlesticks are not intact. The candlesticks are not convincing enough to trade, right? So there is no need for me trying to take all these kind of trades, right? So this is the next next trade right here for Wednesday. But same thing happened. I was not on seats. I missed the trade on Wednesday. This is giving us a 5 pips dot, 5 pips on the dot, right? As you can see, 5 pips on the dot, risking 3.6 pips and going for 5 pips. So it is what it is. I didn't mean I took this straight to this will have been a take profit. As you can see, straight to take profit, no reverse, but it is what it is. I was not on seat. So this is also another trade for last week, and the last trade for last week was this right here. Last trade for last week was this right here, going for 5 pips and risking 5 pips also, right? Going for 5 pips and also risking 5 pips. This is a confluence of this movement right here. It's a double top, but not a direct direct double top, right? But it is a double top one way or the other. It is a good double top. So on Wednesday we missed out on this trade too. I missed out on this trade to straight 5 pips trade, and risking 5 pips and a reward of 5 pips, right? So it is where it is. After all this happened on Thursday, so now let us move to on Wednesday. I mean, now let us move to Thursday. So right about now, this is Thursday, and this is how it goes down on Thursday too, right? So let's go. So on Thursday we have this. This was our first trade for Thursday. This guy right here was the first trade on Thursday, right? As you can see, we have the first stop around this area, the first stop from here, and the second top around this area, right? And if you look closer, I make sure I make sure even when we first have this first candlestick, this first bearish candlestick, let me show us this first black candlestick right here, this first one. Even though when we first have this first one, I stay still, I did not take the trade, but this happened when I was active actually. So not until we have this second trade right here, this good bearish candlestick, right? And based on, because I was on seats, I have to take the trade, right? Even though I've missed a lot of trades from Monday to Wednesday, right? I've missed a lot of trades from Monday to Wednesday. So I decided to take this trade, which is giving us, remember I said my take profit is always 5, 10, 15. So this is not up to 10. So I have to reduce it to 5, right? I have to reduce it to 5. So this trade is giving us a risk of 5 pips and a reward, or a risk of 3 pips and a reward of 5 pips, right? So it is where it is. I took this trade, and guess what? This trade end up in stop loss. First trade of the week on Thursday ended up in stop loss, right? So but still go on, no panic. So after that we have this again, we have this trade again. First trade of Thursday end up in stop loss, and after that we have this trade again right here, which was a buy, right? We have this buy right here which I jumped on, but it is where it is. Again, this also ended up in stop loss. This trade also ended up in stop loss. Even though we first have this two bullish candlesticks, these two first blue candlesticks, they are not enough, they are not convincing enough for me to take a trade, because as you can see, they are not full enough, they are not giving a vibe of bullish movement. So I didn't take any trade around this area, not until I get to this particular candlestick, not until this candlestick appear on the chart, this particular blue candlestick that is here, and which is giving a good sign of bullish movement. But I up on the trade again, and it is what it is. This trade also ended up in stop loss straight up. So as you can see, this trade is giving a 3 pips risk, and a 5 pips reward, right? Because this is where I set my take profits, and this is where I set my stop loss. But that is how it goes down. This is how it goes down on Thursday again, right? 2 trades, 2 loss again on Thursday. So again, we move to the next, we move to Friday. 2 trades on Thursday. This is the screenshot, right? The trades have been taken on Thursday, right? This is the screenshot right beside, right? This is screenshot. Monday, no trades. As you can see, there is no Monday on the trading history. No Monday, no Tuesday, no Wednesday. We started trading on Thursday and took these losses on Thursday. And let's move to Friday. Let's see how it goes down on Friday too. So this is Friday. Let's see what happened on Friday. So on Friday, this is my opening. This is where price open, and this is the closing. This is where my trading ends for the day. my two time zone, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., right? So on Friday, no trades throughout this area. The first trade on Friday was this trade right here, this one right here. So we have this, we have, although it is a double top, so it is a double top, and it gives a good movement, right? It gives a good candlestick and a good movement. So let me zoom it out for us to see. And you see the candlestick right here, this candlestick right here, nice confirmed bearish candlestick, right? So since I was on seats, I would have to take this kind of trade, right? Since I was on seats, I will have to take this kind of trade, but it is what it is. It also ended up in stop loss, right? It ended up in stop loss. This trade was a good trade, solid candlestick with enough take profit, enough risk to reward, right? Enough risk to reward. So this is where I set my take profit, right? 20 pips, 20 pips, and this trade is giving a risk of 5 pips, right? This trade is giving a risk of 5 pips with a reward of 20 pips, right? So this is how this trade goes down. Ended up in stop loss straight up, right? So this is another trade which I took last week. I was active, and since I was active, I was on seats. There is nothing that will make me not to take this kind of trade, but it is what it is. It also end up in stop loss. Remember, the trades which I missed already end up in, most of the trade which I missed ended up in take profit, and most of the trade which I'm taking, which I took, ended up in stop loss. That is what I'm showing us today, guys. So the next trade for the day for on Friday was also this trade, right? Which I thought it was also going to be a take profit, right? A take profit trade, but it is where it is. We ended up in stop loss. So as you can see again, here we have this, still using this to judge, still using this to judge price start from here. Also same thing, going for 20 pips and risking a 2.2 pips dollar, right? 2.2 pips, risking 2.2 pips for 20 pips. It is what it is for Friday too. I took this trade, I up on this trade, and again it's also ended up in stop loss. No panic. So the good part of it is that I did not force any trade. It just comes naturally. Most of the trade I opt on, I took, just ended up in stop loss, and it is what it is. Most of the trade that I missed ended up in take profit. It is what it is, guys. So this is how it goes down for this last week, right? My mistakes, the trade I missed, and the trade I opt on. Most of the trade I missed are the trades that end up in take profit, and most of the trade I opt on are the trades that ended up in stop loss. But it is what it is. That does not mean that my strategy is not a good strategy, but the main thing is that for me to just, know how I'm going to be trading, stay active, always stay active during my trading time zone, right? It is what it is. This is what they call trading in the zone, right? So also, as for my journal, this is my journal. I mean, I take all these trades, including the losing trades and including the winning trades. I will have just ended up with just -1 or maybe -$2 for last week, right? I would have just ended up maybe in a drawdown of -1 or -2. But for the fact that I missed those kind of trades, it makes me blow my account. But it is what it is. That does not mean my strategy is not good. We go again next week. We go again next week. We go harder, and I'm going to try to stay more active next week. So it is what it is. I go by a name Big AG. If this is your first time watching me, kindly do well to smash this like and the sub button, so you'll be the first to get the notification whenever I'm dropping my type of content, right? It is what it is. Peace.